Good morning, everyone. My name is Sarah Lynn Parsons. I will be walking you through BuildWorks 101 this morning. Just wanted to go through a quick rundown of the housekeeping items for you this morning. If you do have any questions, please feel free to drop those in either the Q&A or the chat function. I do have Debbie here with me who will be helping me through some questions if I do get stumped. Other than that, we'll try to keep it kind of 45 minutes just to go through everything, the ins and outs of the platform. Starting with the dashboard overview and then touching on your BuildWorks account, as well as the daily opportunity matching, bid matching email, jumping into the company profile to also set up those keywords for your opportunity matching. Then getting into a bit of a deep dive into project searching, as well as the advanced searching, document searching, so on and so forth. And then we will finish with a brief overview of some of the future releases that we do have coming. If that all sounds good, I'm just going to share my screen. Sorry about that, everybody. So with logging into BuildWorks, I'm sure that's something that you are all able to do already. However, if you're not, or if you're running into some errors when you are trying to log in, just from this login page, you'll just want to click the forgot password link, enter your email, and then it will prompt an email that goes to your email and has you reset your password that way. Because I don't need to do that, I'm not going to give you an example of it, but I am just going to jump into my already logged in BuildWorks account. So as you can see here, I am logged in. I am a member of the Edmonton Construction Association. So this is my specific dashboard. Here you can see the details of your membership. So my name is Sarah Lynn Parsons. I work with the Edmonton Construction Association, and my membership is with the Edmonton Construction Association, and we haven't renewed theoretically for next year. So our renewal, our full BuildWorks account membership will expire on January 15th, 2022. We do like to give just a little bit of leeway so that kind of December 31st, it doesn't all just go dark, because I know a lot of companies and associations do kind of shut down for that holiday break. Next, we have my project calendar. So I typically don't spend a ton of time on my member test account, which is the account that I'm using for this webinar. But with your project calendar, what it will have is any projects that you have subscribed to, and I will touch on that a little bit later. It'll go through and show you all of the closing dates, as well as site meetings for any of the projects that you are following. So it'll show anything with a closing date in this light blue color and anything that has a site meeting in this darker blue color. You will also have a list of those projects on the right side, and you'll be able to navigate directly to them from this project calendar. Scrolling down a little bit further, the news is a newer feature that I don't believe we are actively using. I could be wrong if any of the associations have started. With my invited projects, again, we'll jump into that a little bit later. However, we are planning on launching an invitation to bid service, and that is where any projects that you are invited to will show up. Same thing with my project updates. Anything that you have subscribed to that has had a new addendum or a revision to the closing date, anything like that will show up under this My Projects update. And then projects I am following, again, is just a list of the projects that you're following. Opportunity matching, so those are connected to, again, your company profile, as well as those keywords that you have on it. So it flags any opportunities that are new that match up with those keywords you've provided. I'll kind of explain that all a little bit further. When you're on the dashboard, it's a little bit tricky to understand. My product matching is unique to manufacturers and suppliers. So in the event that you manufacture something, you supply something, it'll show up here if those keywords that you have for whatever it is that you manufacture or supply are included in the project documents. Again, it's a little bit tricky to explain here when you're not able to also show kind of where those keywords get put in and everything, but I'll go into that in a little bit more details. Bid results, so those are when you have followed a project and it has either bid results or award information, you'll be able to just navigate to those projects just by clicking that view button. As you can see, I haven't subscribed to any projects since April of 2020, so I haven't had much updates on my personal dashboard. So that's it for the dashboard overview. We can jump back if there are any further questions, but next I'm going to just jump into the account information. So from your dashboard, from any page, once you're logged into BuildWorks, you'll be able to see your name in the top right-hand corner. You'll just want to click on that and then just click account. So from here, you'll be able to see your user profile. So as you can see, Sarah Lynn Parsons, if they spelled my name wrong, I'd be able to update that here. You can also choose here to opt in or out of the daily bid matching email. So just for context sake, this is what the daily bid matching email looks like. I know I've referenced it a few times already. So this is the summary that I received yesterday. It matched 7 projects of the 8 that were added yesterday. So I have some pretty vague keywords. Again, we'll circle back to that. But if I did not want to receive those daily emails that summarized kind of the new projects, what I would want to do is just click this email opt out button and have that check mark show up. And once you've done that, just click update, and then you won't receive those daily bid matching emails. I know some people, they have their BuildWorks account to just kind of check on things every once in a while. They don't necessarily use it often. They don't need that daily email. They have kind of other people on their teams that kind of manage more of that day to day. So it definitely makes sense for those folks to be opted out. And if you're not kind of actively bidding all the time, then you wouldn't need that. So I always keep it open just because I like getting those emails. I like being updated. On this account user profile, you can also update your password. I know sometimes when I create new accounts for folks, I'll just put in a super generic one. So just from your account, your user profile, you can just enter in a new password and then once again, just click update. It'll be a common theme as we go through everything today. Whenever you're making any changes, you will just want to click that little floppy disk icon, taking it back to 2001. And make sure you're making some changes there while saving them. Next, we're going to jump into the My Companies section. So as you can see, I have an Edmonton Construction Association membership level with my company, the Edmonton Construction Association. I'm now realizing that that does make it a little bit more confusing. So let's pretend that my company is something other than ECA. So to edit your company profile, you're just going to click Edit Company Profile, pretty self-explanatory. And then from here, you can see all of the information that you can update. We do have the company name grayed out just because in the event that your company does a rebranding, that is something that we would want the Construction Association within your membership to know about as well. So you would just want to reach out to them to have the company name updated. However, for anything like your company email, your website, your address, those changes you can do on your own. And if you do notice that your membership is due to expire and you don't want to lose that BuildWorks access, make sure that you do renew your membership before the end of the year. I believe all of the associations are working pretty steadily on keeping memberships up to date. Next, we'll get into user information. So as you can see, we have a few folks that are employees at our company that have BuildWorks access. In the event that you have a new team member starting or you have a team member that is departing, you can always add or remove them on your own. So from here, let's say I want to add a new test user. So again, you just click add new user, enter their name here, test, and test at mail.com. You can also add their job title if you would like, and if you want them to appear in the public directory, which again is part of the future releases that we're working on, And if you want them to be able to accept the invitation to bid invitations, you can also do that here. Again, those two checkboxes are kind of more to the future releases side, but it's also good to just have that information up to date as of right now. So once you've added that information, you will just want to click save. So that will have added them here. However, they won't get the account creation email unless you click save just in this bottom right corner. So once you click save, it'll prompt an email for them to set up their account. You can also remove users, same, just by clicking remove. And then it'll say, are you sure you want to remove this user? And yes, because test@mail.com is not a real email. So once you've made those changes, you'll want to just, again, click save. Business categories. So now we're getting into some of the information that's a little bit more relevant with that directory being released in the future. So you'll want to include whichever business categories are applicable to you. If you're a GC, if you're a trade, if you're a manufacturer and supplier, allied services. Yeah, you'll want to include all of that info. Next, jumping into service region. So this service region is whichever kind of regions within Alberta, Saskatchewan, or Manitoba. That's our partnership. Whichever service regions within that you do work within. So let's say I'm an Edmonton contractor, but I also do work in Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, Lloydminster, Red Deer. You would just want to kind of select off all of the ones that you do some work in. That way, once the directory releases in the future, you would be able to, if I'm looking for a trade that does a certain job within a certain region, I'd be able to search, I need mechanical contractors that are in Lethbridge. I haven't worked in Lethbridge a ton. I don't know a ton about kind of what their mechanical groups look like. So I'm just going to use the directory to search for it. So that's kind of how that service region section would work. Labor type, pretty basic if you're union or non-union. Classification of work. So what kind of work do you do? This is just a drop-down menu. So you'll want to just select whichever kind of classifications that are applicable to your organization. Same thing goes for owner type you work for. So if you only do work for community housing, if you only do work for college, university, I'm not sure if we have anybody that is that niche, but you do have the option of getting kind of that granular on this company profile. Next, we'll get into categories. So here we have the master format CSI codes. Go through to select all that apply. With matching keywords. Okay, so here is where we do get into the keywords that are applicable with your daily bid matching email. So again, I'm just going to pop over into this one. So as you can see, I had these 7 opportunities that were matches from yesterday. So what the software does to determine that something is a match is it'll go through these keywords that I have put in, so grading, drywall, school, CPP, and mechanical, and it actually indexes every project's documents that have been uploaded in the last 24 hours, and it'll kind of take every individual word and look for it. So in the event that something's flagged as one of those 7 matches, it would have included the keyword grading, drywall, school, CPP, or mechanical. So again, I use pretty generic words for my matching keywords. This is all kind of stuff that I have set up for BuildWorks 101 kind of introductions to the platform and just to kind of show how it all works. So all of the opportunities that are here would include one of those keywords in their project documents. Now, obviously, you don't want to spend a ton of time going through all of the projects that are matches. So I definitely would encourage you to spend a fair amount of time kind of working through to find which keywords are the most applicable. And when you are entering them, and sorry, one thing that I sometimes forget to mention is If you're logging in and you're constantly getting a pop-up that says you need to update your company profile, 9 times out of 10, it's because these matching keywords are blank. So just to stop that pop-up, because I know it can be a little bit frustrating when you've been using the same software for 2 years and you're still getting the same annoying little pop-up, you'll just want to type in matching keywords here. And as you'll see, matching keywords here that I just typed in isn't in that green box. So to have it searching for something, you'll want to just click enter. So now when it goes through and it's indexed those documents and it's trying to find what matches are mine, it'll be looking for the exact phrase matching keywords here. Now, obviously that's not going to appear in any project documents. It's a terrible example, but just to kind of show you how it works, you'll type in either your word or your phrase, product name, so on and so forth, and then just make sure you press the enter key. If it's not in one of those green boxes, it won't be registered as a keyword. So again, if you were to go through and type in all of your keywords, mechanical, electrical, HVAC, and then you click enter once, it'll now be looking for mechanical, electrical, HVAC all together as one big keyword. Again, probably not going to be matches. So enter one and then click enter, the same way that I have with grading, drywall, school, CPP, and mechanical. With product matching keywords, so this is in the event that you are a manufacturer or a supplier and you have kind of specific projects that'll get spec'd, that's where you can enter these product matching keywords. And I don't have any good examples coming to the top of my head, but anything that would be spec'd that you either manufacture or supply, you can enter those here and they will be flagged in that product matching section of your dashboard, as well as in that daily bid summary email. Next, we'll jump into the notifications and dashboard settings. So this, if you don't have a membership of a different region, so like I don't have a membership within Saskatchewan or Manitoba, but you want to see those opportunities in your opportunity matching email, you won't get full access to the project documents or the project sheet. But you would be able to see kind of these are opportunities that do match. And then we do have the option to either pay per project for access. So I believe it's $75, or you could also get a membership to the construction associations in those regions as well. So just as far as accessing opportunities in those provinces, you can search for them using our platform. You can buy individual projects using our platform, or you just kind of see the generic info. Next is public directory. So again, coming soon. I know we've been saying that for a while, but now I can actually say that we are close and we are expecting it kind of early within the new year, kind of first couple months. So public directory, if you want to be shown in the public directory, if you want to be able to be found and find other companies, I would always just make sure that this check mark is checked. Your core certificate, so are you core certified, yes or no, unknown, bonded, so your bonding information, and then you can upload your WCB certificate, liability insurance, whether you have 1, 2, 19 million, whatever it is, and then just a brief description of your business. So typically, if you have marketing folks, if you have a website, you can always find a bit of a business description there. I would just copy and paste. It makes it easier than trying to think up and write a description. Next, we get into associations. So you can add new associations. If you're associated with, let's say, the Architectural Association of Alberta, so AAA, whatever those kind of associations are that you want to let people know, hey, we are also involved in this, that. The next thing, you'd want to just add those here and click save. Just going to close that one. Project samples. So again, you can add examples of some pretty cool things that you've done in the past. I always kind of see the memes where it's people like a dad driving with their kids and it's like, oh son, I built that. This is kind of the BuildWorks directory example of that. Hey, we built this. This is a description of what the project was. Here's a cool picture, and this was the cost. It's also like a mini resume for your company to just show some of the awesome stuff that you've done. Next, we'll get into social media. Pretty self-explanatory. Add your social media type, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, as well as a URL. We can link directly to that stuff once the directory is live. License, I actually haven't clicked on this one before. Oh, yeah, WCB, C Corp, M Corp. So you can add that information and then the expiry date as well. Union affiliations, whichever unions you're affiliated with, and then a company logo. So you can upload that company logo. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Once you've made all of these changes, you will just want to click save. And then once you see this green bar that says successfully saved, that's when you know that it is safe to navigate away without losing all of the work that you just put into updating that company profile. I know it seems like a daunting task. I just spent a lot of time talking about it. It's kind of one of those things that you do it once and then it's done, and then you don't have to go back to it. So I would encourage you to just kind of take the 5-10 minutes that it'll be and get that all up to date, as accurate as you possibly can. Next, we will be jumping into some project searching. So here, I'm just going to go projects and project search. Give that a moment to load, and then from the narrow your results tab. So this tab on the right-hand corner or left-hand side of my screen, you'll see the narrow your results option. So we do have some saved searches here that are pre-populated. I also have some that I've saved from past demonstrations, but you can just see those are some saved searches. I'll get into saving searches a little bit later, but first I'm just going to show with just a basic keyword search. So with the keyword search, when you do not have document search checked off, what it will be looking at is just everything that is on the project information sheet. So I'm just going to open up this tenant improvements project to give some examples and some context. So when you're searching just with a keyword, where it's going to search for that keyword is anything that appears on this page. So if you're looking for projects that include concrete work, for example, and you just search concrete as a keyword, unless the word concrete appears on this individual page, so this project information sheet, it won't get flagged as a match in that search. But if you are searching the documents, it will appear as a project in this Find a Project page if concrete appears in the documents, which concrete appears in, like, I did a search this morning and I think I had like 41 projects that were open that included the word concrete. So yeah, it doesn't show up as much when you just search by keyword. So I'm just going to give an example with concrete as a document search, just to go, the document search I find is extremely valuable. City, you can also search by city if you know what, I know that they're building a new school, it's in Spruce Grove. You can just do that. And then my projects. So if you're trying to find a project that you have followed in the past, you're just kind of running into some trouble with it, when you click my project instead of all projects, then it's just searching all of the projects that you are following, that you have subscribed to. I don't follow projects, so I'm just going to keep using the all projects function. But then if we get into the date modifiers, I am going to use them because I'm doing a document search. And when you are doing document searches, I would always encourage you to use a date modifier as well in the advanced searching, just because otherwise it's searching all of the project documents in all of the open projects in Alberta. We typically have over 200 open opportunities at any given time. So it's a lot of documents and it's definitely going to take some time. So I'm just going to search for the word concrete in the project documents of all Alberta projects that were created since Tuesday of this week. We can jump into the classifications and everything a little bit later, but first I'm just going to do this search to show kind of how that document search works. Give it a minute, spinning wheel of death, as I like to call it, because my goodness, I feel like I stare at the spinning wheel a decent amount of time in my life. But once this loads, we'll jump into just showing you how the document search works, how that shows up in the project information sheet, and kind of where you can see the value. So as you can see, since Tuesday, 10 projects that have been uploaded have included the word concrete somewhere within the project document. So keyword density, that's where it shows you how often that keyword shows up. So as you can see in this cold milling asphalt concrete pavement, it shows up 70 times within the project documents. These ones we get a little bit less, so it shows up 4 times in this 2021 supply of road gravel. For today's example, I'm just going to show this construction services of I hope Percy Pagler, as somebody that used to have a lisp. Anything that is like an alliteration like that, just I read it and it makes my eyes bug. Anyway, I'm just going to look at that project here, and just from this, we've all kind of seen the project information sheet. It goes through which LCA the project is within, as well as some generic project details. But for the sake of today, we're just going to go into this documents and addenda tab. And I'm just going to do a keyword search here for concrete so that I can see where exactly in the documents it shows up. So as we saw from the past page, there were 6 keyword hits found. And then if I want to see where within these documents, kind of what the phrase is that the word concrete appears in, you'll just, in this documents tab, search for that and then click the little plus icon. Concrete, mechanical, and electrical drawings are diagrammatic. Inform the consultant before any masonry concrete work. You can always just see kind of what the sentence is if it's applicable. Yeah, so you see that electrical conduit shall not be run on top of roof decks or within concrete. Yeah, it just kind of gives a little bit of context without needing to download the full documents to see if they're looking for full supply of concrete, so on and so forth. So that is the document searching as well as the document searching within the project sheet. From this project information sheet, we can also see the project contacts. So we always have a project contact, whether it is the owner, the project manager, the general, whoever is kind of the issuing authority for the project will be listed as this project contact. And then we do have the bidders tab. So because this project was added very recently, I want to say yesterday, we don't have anyone listed on the bidders tab, but I'm just going to pop back to this project list and find a project that has kind of an updated bidders list. And of course, it's rerunning that advanced project search with the document search as well. So it's going to just take a quick moment here. Actually, I should be able to just do this instead. And I might just not do another document search just because I know that they do take a little bit of time and we're already at the 35-minute mark. We're just going to give it another minute here. Perfect. So from here, we can see this Lloydminster Comprehensive High School project does have some bidders. So we're going to just open that one up as an example. So here is that bidders tab. Here you can see we have Chandos, Gencol, Crawford, Borax, and Wright in as general contractors. If you want to list yourself as a bidder on this opportunity, what you will just want to do is click this I am bidding button top right-hand corner and then select your bidder type. So whether you're GC, manufacturer, trade contractor, same, you'll just want to click whatever is applicable and choose whether you want to display your contact information. So again, just for context, my email on the CA profile is actually my personal Gmail account, so I'm not going to do that. But you can also include your company information, which can be updated within that account. So then you also choose if you want to be added to follow the project, which then sends you any addenda notifications, closing award, result information as well. That gets just sent as an email notification when you are following the project. And then it would also appear within that project search as one of your projects. Oh, sorry, Daryl, I just saw your question about displaying bidders on the project search page. So I will show that as well. So if you do want to list yourself as a bidder, you just would click all of this, display my company information, and then just click save. So now, as you can see, I have the Edmonton Construction Association listed as a GC. Let's say that we're no longer interested in this project, our workflow has changed, and you want to take yourself off this list. So you'll just click this remove me from bidders list, and then you will just have to confirm, yes, remove me, take me off, not doing it anymore. So now we'll just go back to the project and project search page. So if you want to display the bidders, kind of change what this project search grid looks like, just right here where you see this kind of grid icon on the right, you can toggle your columns. So I have the bidders checked off right here. You can choose if you want to see the project number, project title, keyword density, kind of so on and so forth. You'll just want to have check marks beside whatever it is that you want to see. If you want to see if they have a site meeting and kind of the details around that, what the funding is, the owner number, all of that, you'll just want to click to check whichever columns that you want to appear, and then just click apply. So as you can see, I do have bidders appearing on my find a project page. That's just because I do have it toggled off on this toggle column section. So once you've kind of changed your grid to show the information that you want, just click apply. This does also apply when you export the project searches to Excel. So I'm not going to do it while I have 416 projects found. I'll just search for, let's see, anything that includes HVAC on that project sheet, not the project document. I'm not going to add a date modifier just because I know HVAC probably doesn't appear a ton within the project information sheet. So I'm just going to click search here, give that a minute to run. And yeah, so this University of Alberta Architectural Engineering Consulting Services is the only project that does also include HVAC in that project information sheet. So let's say that you got 10 different opportunities and you want to print off a spreadsheet, or you want to function through Excel on like managing your time, you can just click this export to Excel button here, or print. I believe that just looks up a bit of a summary of your find a project page. I actually have never clicked on this. Not great. That's something we'll work on. So yeah, you can just export to Excel. You can view it on a map. It'll show you kind of where within Edmonton that project is located. So that is kind of project searching in a nutshell. You can also follow projects from this project search page. So as you can see, this little Wi-Fi symbol, if you just click on that, you're now following this opportunity. And then if I were to research for this, it would show up with a different icon there, I believe. Maybe not. Oops, an error has occurred. Okay, I'm just going to refresh this page because I just want to make sure that that is, or that did work properly. Yeah, so now that it has refreshed, you can see the little circle with the check mark tells you that you are already following a project. So yeah, you can see right here, I am already following this opportunity. Let's say that you're looking for a project, you knew that it closed in the last week, but you're searching the same keywords that you have been kind of all throughout when the project was open. That's kind of a call that I get often. So when you're in this narrow your results tab, one thing that I will always kind of encourage you to just triple check when you're finding that you're searching for a project, you know that it's in BuildWorks, you've seen it 100 times, but now you're not sure about the stage. If the closing date was last week, it could be closed, it could be awarded, it could have results, or it could have a list of shortlisted proponents. So here we're just going to go advanced search and then stage. If you leave it blank, it'll search all stages. So as you can see here, we have quite a few different stages to kind of choose from. Excuse me. So it'll search all of the projects that are in every single stage that are in the platform. So it'll find everything kind of starting at April 2020 when we switched to this platform, kind of, and even beyond. So I'm just going to look at everything that was awarded. If you want to search by a specific keyword, you can add that here. But I just want to see everything that was awarded in the last week. So starting from Sunday, let's just see what Alberta projects were awarded. That's all. And I'm just going to click this search button here. That can't be right. I'm just going to clear all because I don't believe that we haven't awarded anything in the last week. Zones, Alberta. Oh, I think I had created from instead of last updated from. So last updated from. So I want to see everything that's been updated in the last week, not created. We won't create an opportunity and award it within the same week. And then I'm just going to go to stage and then awarded. So this will show me when I click this magical search button, what was awarded in the last week. Give that a minute to load. So we've awarded 40 new opportunities, or we've gotten award information for 40 opportunities since Sunday of this week. So you just want to stay up to date on that. We do also send that information out once a week in the BuildWorks Daily Buzz, which is a newsletter kind of curated by me. It's a daily for news and some project info. And then it also does a weekly wrap up, which summarizes everything that has gotten bid results or award information within the province of Alberta. If you are interested in that, I believe you all received an email from me with the link to join this morning. So feel free to shoot me an email and I can get you on that list as well. But yeah, you can just search when you search by the stage, if you know that a project has been awarded, or if you know that we have bid results or it's closed, you can search that, or you can just close, leave this section blank and it'll search everything. I always want to encourage you to add a date modifier there as well, just so that it's not kind of searching 2 years worth of data for if you know a specific project number, so on and so forth. So let's say that you always want to search for awarded projects with the keyword report, just because I saw it right there. We're going to remove the date modifiers from it just because that will save. It'll always be looking for the projects that were updated since November 21st. So I don't want to have anything like that, but let's say that every awarded airport project is something that I look at often. So I would just click on that and search. Yeah, we can send the recording of the webinar too, for sure. I think it'll be updated or uploaded to our YouTube channel within a couple of weeks. So you can also look at it there. Sorry, I have the chat just on like a different screen. So every once in a while, I'll like glance over when I see it's updated. So let's say you always want to see and you search kind of once a week, once a month for airport updates and award information. If you want to save that search so that you don't have to go through and re-add those modifiers, let's say that you have a super specific search that you know is applicable, you know that it works for your company. Once you've done that search and you want to save it, so you'll just click this save search icon, and then I want to save this as airport. So once you click save, then it should appear right here. So once you've added all of that filter information and then you've titled it, then you can come here and just click this airport button and it'll just run that search for you. Same thing goes with any of the other ones that appear on that narrow your results tab. Is it will just by clicking on it, it'll just show you everything that fits those keywords. So I made this gravel saved search. I think last time I ran a BuildWorks 101, and it just shows me everything that includes the keyword gravel that's open in Alberta without any date modifiers. Classification of work we've left blank. Owner type, same, left it blank. The stage, we only want to see open project. Procurement type, everything, and funding type, also everything. So if you know that every single time you log into BuildWorks, you are wanting to search the Alberta zone, open opportunities for whatever keyword it is, just to save you the time of typing it, accidentally clicking something weird, you can just save it as a search, and then when you log in, just log in, click, and it'll run the search. And then your find a project project grid will show you all of those projects. I believe that's everything I had for project searching. I'm sure I am forgetting something, so feel free to pop some questions into the chat. I know I've referenced it a few times, but we are working right now on our new and improved project, or not project, company directory. So I would definitely encourage you to have your company profile as up to date and as accurate as possible, as well as our invitation to bid service. Those are all kind of things that are coming up in the next few months. We're very excited. I know we've kind of, since our software transition back in April of 2020, we've gone through a lot of growing pains, and we're really excited to see kind of what the future of it all looks like. So yeah, if you have any more questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat or use the Q&A function if you'd like. I think that's everything. Debbie, let me know if I'm forgetting anything. And if not, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for logging in on this Friday morning as we get ready for Christmas prep.